Update. I asked my mom to run away with me. Almost 2 weeks after taking my mom with me, she passed away from a heart attack last night. It still doesn't feel real when I type it out. I keep thinking there's been some mistake. The Airbnb owner was visibly upset because someone died on her property, and the authorities needed to close it temporarily. I just apologized and left with the ambulance, asking them to contact me if they needed anything. Yesterday felt ordinary. She was telling me about an old friend she reconnected with on Facebook. She asked if I wanted eggs, complained that the coffee was too strong, then drank it anyway. She laughed at something on TV. She looked okay. Tired, but okay. I left my room to grab something from the supermarket, and when I came back, she was sitting on the couch holding her chest. At first, she said it was just heartburn. She didn't want to make a fuss. Even then, she kept apologizing, saying she was probably just anxious again. I called for an ambulance anyway. I remember kneeling in front of her, telling her to look at me, to breathe with me. She squeezed my hand so hard. That pressure is still in my bones. I tried doing CPR, but it didn't work, and she didn't make it. The doctor said stress could have been a factor, or she might have had heart issues she never mentioned. I keep replaying those words in my head like they're an accusation. I know it's not logical. Years of fear don't disappear just because you're finally safe. But there's a part of me that keeps thinking we were so close. She was finally free. I wonder if her body just didn't know how to exist without bracing for the next blow. I'm drowning in what-ifs. What if I had noticed sooner? What if I had forced her to see a doctor? What if we had left years ago? What if I had one more morning, one more cup of bad coffee with her? The guilt is heavy and quiet. My job was to keep her safe, and I failed. The hospital notified the next of kin, and they called my dad because I couldn't bear to talk. My heart was in my throat the whole time, and I haven't stopped crying since yesterday. My sister sent a message saying she was sorry for my loss and nothing else. I'm still in the same clothes as yesterday and couldn't eat. I just drank coffee, and I guess this is what grief looks and feels like. I don't feel hate anymore. I don't have the energy to unpack that. My dad keeps blaming me for losing my mom. He asked me to leave while he talked to the medical examiner. He was cold towards me and couldn't even look at me without disgust. He decided everything, the funeral home and all the arrangements. I only have my mom's personal belongings in my hands, covered in sealed plastic. What I do know is my mom did not die afraid. She did not die behind closed doors. She did not shrink herself to keep someone else calm. For the first time in years, she lived quietly and gently, without permission. I hold on to that when the grief feels unbearable. Nobody can replace her in my life. Nobody will smell like her. Nobody can ever cook like her. My heart is in pain. She was never absent in my life. As I type this and sit here outside the medical examiner's office, I'll tell you the truth. Losing someone you love is like dying with them. She took my heart with her. If you're reading this and you're hesitating to leave or waiting for the right time, please don't. I miss her more than I have words for. I hope wherever she is, she finally feels at peace. I won't update anymore. There's no sense in doing that. The only person who cared for me also left me. I lost my mom.